back with more Fear the Walking Dead. I won't be saying that again for a while, but yeah, this is episode 16 of season 5 and the season finale. The season's actually gone very quick for me, which is, I guess, a positive in a way. If it goes quick, that normally means you're enjoying it. And I have enjoyed the season as a whole. You know, I have liked it. I can understand a lot of the criticism. I can understand why people aren't liking it so much. And I do agree that I think it needed more to happen throughout this season. But I'm hoping it's going to be like a really astounding finale that's going to blow our socks off. They've been promising like big changes to come. I think we need some like really shocking stuff to kick off, you know. And hopefully a very interesting setup for season 6. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see if they follow through with the promises they've made. But yeah, it's not my favourite season of the show we've had, I won't lie. I think they've made quite a few missteps, yeah, I won't lie. But I don't like being negative about that kind of thing because there's enough of that in the world. I try and look on the positive sides. I'm intrigued as to how they're going to wrap up this season and set up next season. Should be quite an interesting kind of task at hand. I really don't know where they're going to go with things, which I guess is an exciting thing. Are we going to lose anyone? I don't know. We haven't really lost anyone big this season, like any main characters. So I'm not sure. Are we going to lose anyone? I don't know. But I'm very, very intrigued to see how they're going to wrap up season 5. Because as a whole, I have enjoyed it. So we'll have to see what happens. But I really, really hope that this finale is really, really good and just like knocks my socks off. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with Dwight is a very strong way to start.
Dwight, can you hear me?
Honey?
Can you hear me?
Is that you?
Holy shit. Even if you get in, it's going to be out of fucking gas.
Where'd you come from, boy?
Well, don't ask that. I'll feel we'll fucking want to interview them.
You just need help clearing it out.
No. That place is beyond repair. I'm afraid it's time to move on to greener pastures.
She just wants control.
I'm sorry about Tom.
I'm not. What a
But the rest of
stupid
them,
moron.
just like
This poor fucker should have stayed in the radioactive zone.
We actually... Yeah. I
Well,
think the reason she won't take me with her, Morgan, you hurt her. She only cares about the future.
fuck. Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
won't let that happen.
Looks on everyone's faces when we get there.
Yeah, those looks of horror and dread.
I just don't want to do any of this without
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
Think we can make it work here?
I've brought a feast.
give that back to me.
You sure?
Yeah. I think
Yes, please.
I'm not afraid of it anymore.
Paint the fences with blood instead. Much more badass.
I think we can clear this place. And really, I think we can
Morgan's good at clearing.
Wait, we're not gonna kill her or her people. We're just gonna surround them, take what we need, make them understand not to...
Kill them.
This place is kind of rough around the edges.
Yeah, so was the stadium when my mom found it.
Oh yeah, but it didn't exactly end well there, did it? Morgan and Grace on the same horse, who's giving me life.
When we get back, I'm gonna make an honest woman out of you.
Gun safe was almost empty. Morgan and the others better stop her before
Of course
she
it
gets
is.
They will.
I think we should consider the opportunity. I think we should dissect
That
what
is
everything means
Strand's
in the
way, isn't it?
circumstances. Accompany
I'm glad we're getting a scene with these two again. It's been too long.
It may not.
Hey, what's your favorite color, by the way?
Green. Why?
Same. Holy shit.
What?
I'm glad I remembered she's fucking in this show. Oh dear. I don't want to see another horse die, for God's sake. Oh no! Why? Kill off main characters, not horses, god damn it. Oh. I just want Sherry to kind of burst in on a tank or something.
I know what it's like to live under someone who doesn't believe in the same things as you do. And I can't let that happen to you.
He does, to be fair. They're gonna like wash him away. So that's what I was kind of thinking. And we're rolling, rolling on a river.
Because we still got a little time left.
Time for what?
Operation Home Alone.
Live life the way we said we were gonna.
Oh. My god. Pretty sure that's the dress from Frozen, right? That's the Let It Go dress.
Do you know better? I can't. I'm standing here because of the two of you.
You're gonna find Sherry.
No, look, I'm not sure what
Aw.
Virginia has in store.
Eh.
Did I now pronounce you husband and wife?
Hey.
Running around in the breeze. Well, it's all
Aw, I like how there's a few like little setups that have come into play here. And I saw Skidmark's little cage. Barn sets on fire. They all burn to death.
You are in no position to be making demands. You don't get sauce on the side in a soup kitchen.
Well, you won. You did.
Get the rest of your people out here. We got a long drive ahead of us.
Wow. Is it really going to be that simple though?
It's gonna be okay.
Oh, they gave her a line. What the fuck?
I'm gonna need you to tell me everything you know about that helicopter you mentioned.
Oh boy.
I said I was never gonna leave anyone in my rear view again, and I sure as shit not gonna break that promise. Not with you. Not because of her.
Aww. Oh, that is mean.
Remember who you are in here.
Oh dear.
Everything's gonna be fine. I will find a way to get to you.
And it's alright. Ah. Don't you fucking dare take Skidmark away from him.
That's my cat. The cat and I travel together.
Not anymore, you don't.
Oh, fuck off. Kill them all.
We're gonna find each other again.
You better.
Hang on.
It's like that meme with like James Franco with like the noose around him, like first time, but it's Luciana instead of James Franco.
It scared the hell out of me because I've only ever felt that one other time, and that was with Jenny.
Aww.
Something different. I need you to know that.
Aww.
Okay?
That's such a big step for him.
Okay?
I felt it too, Morgan. I need you to know that. I need you to know that.
Just shove it through her skull. God's sake.
Which is why I'm loath to repeat the past.
Oh shit. Oh. Yeah. Oh shit. 'Tis but a flesh wound. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame.
I just resent your face so much.
What the fuck?
She's not sick. She's pregnant.
Oh.
How far along?
You were wrong.
Yes, but she doesn't have a gaping wound in her shoulder right now, so...
I do hope you die. That's not the point anymore. I hope you hurt me.
If you want him to die, shove his stick through his face. Finish the job. You boy.
If you could hear me, just live.
Wow. So when's Grace gonna have her kid? Like, season 8? Luciana got one line in the whole finale. Okay, I'm very mixed. I liked the episode. It dragged a bit near the middle. As a standalone episode, I think it's good. As a finale, I would have wanted a bit more. Yeah, I don't know. I think I feel indifferent to it, and I think that's worse than just the flat out not liking it. I mean, the setup for season 6, so obviously, is Morgan alive or dead, whatever. He's not going to be dead. Otherwise, they'd have just fucking killed him there and then. So he'll get out of that. And everyone being separated into like different groups is interesting. But if they drag that out for like a whole season, them trying to find each other again, I'll be like, no. So we've already done a lot of that already with like... We've literally already done John and June trying to find each other. We literally had that in season 4. I mean, we literally ended an episode in season 4 with John getting shot. Is he alive? Is he dead? And that's kind of how they ended it for the whole of season 5 with Morgan. And that's like their big game-changing thing at the end of the season. And yet they use that as a cliffhanger for like episode 4 or something of season 4. So I don't know. I'm interested in seeing where they go with that, having everyone in separate like locations, and I do kind of like the Walking Dead formula when they have like different episodes focusing on a select few characters, and then eventually they'll find their way back to each other. I quite like that kind of format. So if they go with that, great. But they need to make the episodes interesting as well. I think season 5, it was just... I don't know. Because overall, I did enjoy the season. And I really did love some of the episodes. Episode 5 really stands out to me. And episode 10. I really liked those two in particular this season. And I think the mid-season finale was pretty good. I don't know, it just... I don't know how to phrase my thoughts, really. I think I'm indifferent as a whole to the season. Or maybe slightly edging on liked. But I just think they could have done so much more with what they had. I feel like there was a lot that they set up. Lots of different storylines they like set up. And they followed through with maybe 10% of them. And I think that's the disappointing thing for me about this season. They brought Dwight over. They kind of did the story arc they wanted to tell with him really in like the first half of the season. And then forgot about him for most of the second half, which is a big shame. They brought Daniel back this season. Why? They did nothing with him. I liked his relationship with Charlie. They didn't really give him like many moments to shine, which is a big shame. Luciana, they haven't used her in 2 seasons. I mean, she was gone for like half of season 3 as well, so I don't know. They need to give her something to do. It's getting ridiculous at this point. Like, she had one line in this finale, and we hadn't seen her for like 2 episodes. I don't know. Just frustrating that I feel like they set up so many different stories and maybe forgot about them and only followed through with some things. Like, some things were set up episodes ago, like when Grace mentioned the guy she was kind of into a while ago, like a few episodes ago. And they brought that back here with her illness, and it's turned out she was pregnant. So that was a storyline they set up a while ago and paid off. Like Alicia balancing painting trees and getting back out there and killing walkers and stuff. I feel like they didn't really fully wrap that up. And yeah, Dwight's arc just kind of faded away after the first half of the season. Saving the kids, and then we barely see the kids ever again. Isabel in episode 5. You know, they seem to set up a return for her. We never saw her again. And the helicopter thing is still a mystery. Sarah and Wendell get nothing to do, and I think they're fantastic characters who need their own story. They introduced lots of new characters, and then just got rid of them, like Tom. They introduced him and then killed him like the very next week, basically. And instead they could have dedicated that time to like Luciana, or Strand, or Wendell and Sarah, or Daniel. Just things like that frustrate me. Even though as a whole I liked this season, and I liked this episode as a finale. Well, not as much as a finale, it's a singular episode, I enjoyed it. But, I don't know, it was a bit too long. But there is some interesting setup there for season 6. But I don't want to sound like a dick. But if someone had told me that they wrote this season as they went along, I would not be surprised in the slightest. Because it really didn't feel like they paid off much of what they set up. But there we are. Regardless, I did enjoy some of the things he did with Dwight in this one. And what he was kind of saying about he knew what it was like to kind of, you know, have someone roll over him who he didn't agree with. I liked that. He was trying to prevent that. That was interesting. And the idea of them all being separated and stuff, I quite like. And I'm very fucking glad that Grace is just pregnant, and apparently it's not like radiation or anything, so she should be okay, which I'm all here for because I loved the Morgan and Grace interactions this season in particular. I really liked Grace. She's one of my favourite things about season 5, for sure. Definitely my favourite new character we met this season. And that scene where they kind of confess their feelings, I thought was beautifully done, beautifully acted. I loved that. That was another kind of story that they paid off. And that's satisfying as a viewer to have that paid off. But they only did that with like 10% of their storylines, so it's just frustrating. So yeah, I really liked that. The set piece with like the walkers all rushing down the river, rolling on a river. I loved that. I thought that was a really cool little visual. Joel and June getting married, I loved that. That was something they'd set up a while ago in the mid-season finale when he proposed, and we got that. I enjoyed that. And Daniel and Grace singing at the ceremony, and we had, you know, Rabbi Jacob there to officiate because we introduced to him a while ago. Charlie was playing some of the instruments because she started learning a bit a couple of episodes ago. Things like that they scattered throughout, they paid off in like one big scene. That was satisfying. So I liked that. But then that's just kind of tipped with they didn't do anything with Luciana or Sarah and Wendell, and they ended the season like this apparently massive cliffhanger that they hyped up, and yet they've used an exact same copy and pasted cliffhanger from like episode 4 of last season. I don't know. And I actually quite liked Ginny in this episode. I feel like she had a presence and she had a threat. I mean, it's kind of stupid that she didn't make sure that Morgan was dead before she left, because she wanted him dead. She could have just picked up a stick and like skewered him with it just to make sure, confirm the kill. So that was a bit stupid, but I'm almost glad they are keeping her on for next season, because we only really had her for like 4 episodes, I think it was, this season, and that just wasn't really enough. And again, another drop storyline, Logan, you know. They built him up for like the entire second half and then just dropped him like he was nothing. I don't mind that because I didn't enjoy Logan as a villain. I thought he's pretty bland. But to bring a new villain in with only a quarter of the season left to go, I don't think it was the best idea. But I think it is good that they've kept her on for next season so they can expand. We can learn a bit more about her, hopefully. So I did actually enjoy Ginny in this episode quite a bit. Then we had like little kind of nuggets of like Alicia and Wes. I think something was going to happen there. I liked the scene with Strand and Daniel kind of saying to Strand like, "Oh, you've just gone back to your old ways, or you remembered who you really are," because he just sees Strand as someone who just like ratted everyone out. But it seems like maybe he just wants to cause more damage to Ginny's operation from the inside, which is cool. And yeah, Alicia and Wes kind of spending what could have been the last hours of their lives just painting. I don't know. If this is like a permanent thing for Alicia now, I'm never going to see like a proper badass Alicia again. I'm kind of disappointed with that. I hope she just doesn't paint for the rest of her time on the show. I feel like Madison would have wanted more for her than for her to just paint trees, you know? Oh, I don't know. I feel like they could have handled Alicia's story a bit better this season. So they had a good thing going with like her wanting to kind of learn like Morgan's ways for a bit. He was teaching her for like half an episode, and they dropped that. And I don't know, I appreciate them experimenting a bit with the like basically all kind of found footage episode in the mid-season premiere, but when they basically did that again last week, I feel like that kind of lessened the impact of that. They introduced loads of kind of new secondary characters, and after the introductions they barely did anything with them anyway, so what was the point? There's just a few frustrations like that I have with it, and I don't want to sound like an overly negative arsehole, because as a whole I did like this episode, I did like this season, but it's just frustrating that some simple kind of tweaks and changes and just maybe restraining themselves a bit and really focusing on like what characters do we absolutely need to have in this story of this season, what plots are we absolutely going to follow through with this season, and then we can just get rid of all the trash. You know, Rabbi Jacob, I loved him. I think he's a great addition. I'm very happy that he's part of the show. Grace is fantastic as well. We didn't need Tom and his sister really. It sounds harsh because I liked the character and I like the actress. We didn't need Tess really to stick around. And I don't know, they still haven't given Sarah and Wenda anything. And I don't mind Wes. I think he could be quite cool, especially if they go down the romance route with Alicia, that I think they'll go down. They seem to be showing a lot of loving gazes in this episode, so I imagine that's going to be something they do. Something they do being each other. And yeah, I loved the Morgan and Grace connection. That was one of my favourite things about the second half in particular. Morgan finally trying to move on from Jenny and Dwayne and get over that. I enjoyed that aspect of his story. And I think that Lenny James really sold that. And particularly in this episode as well, when he was like confessing his feelings. I just loved that scene so much. And we've had some really nice character moments throughout the whole season. And in this one, like the wedding scene I thought was really nice, and seeing how far the characters have come as well, like when June was saying to John, you know, I almost want to go back to the person I was before I met you, and he said, you don't need me to be who you are, and I really liked that. Shows how far June's come. Lots of really nice character moments that this show is consistently very good at doing, but we just needed, I think, more of an oomph to go with those character moments. We needed some more drama. Like, we didn't lose a single main character this season, which is kind of crazy. And not that I'm like bloodthirsty and need a death every single, you know, second of every single day, but I just feel like we needed a bit more oomph this season, really. They needed to follow through with stuff they set up, for the most part. They needed to get rid of some of the characters that they didn't really need to focus on. And they just needed some oomph. That's it. And if they put that into season 6, I think it'll be great, and I hope that's what they're going to go for. But yeah, my battery's about to die on the camera, so overall, solid episode. As a finale, not so much, but there was an interesting stuff there for season 6 with like Morgan at the end and everyone being separated. I am looking forward to seeing where they go with it. And overall, I have enjoyed season 5. Not my favourite season, but I seem to like it a lot more than most. So hopefully they're going to listen to the fans and make some much needed changes for season 6. But yeah, thank you for watching season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead with me, and until next week, I guess, with The Walking Dead coming back, thanks for watching.